Hey everybody, Justin from Czech Games Edition here. For those of you that don't know me, I've been working with CGE for about 3 years now, and I previously used to run sales and distribution for the US and Canada. Now, with 2020 being the year it is, and with us all having to make changes and adjustments, I've also been making some changes and adjustments here at CGE, whereas now I am more focused on a retailer role. And kind of what that means for you is I'll be taking over our retailer Facebook group. And then also I will be acting more as a direct line between retailers and Czech Games Edition and more acting as an advocate on your behalf. So if there's anything that you're having problems with, if there's anything that you need, I'm the one that you can contact and I can pass those along and try and see if we can get a lot of your issues taken care of. But hopefully there won't be too many issues. But one of the things that we're going to be doing here is we're going to be rolling out some new programs. If you've joined us for previous distributor open houses, you may have already heard of a couple of these, and they're just kind of refreshers on some of the things that we're going to be doing going forward. One of those is I'm going to be actually traveling around the U.S. and Canada when it's safe to do so, and visiting people in stores, having in-person meetings, and also recording walkthrough videos of your actually individual locations. So what those entail is I will actually not just focused on what you carry for CGE or anything like that, but just to show the general public where you are, what you have, what's cool or unique about your store, and then also make those videos available on our YouTube channel, share them on our social media, and try and drive the public to come and visit you during these times, or to try and order from you online or curbside pickup, however it is that you're operating these days. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to actually play a sample video of what we have going on and what these are actually going to look like. It looks like you've got a really good puzzle selection. Is this relatively new, or have you always been focused on puzzles?
We've curated our puzzles for several years now. We are known in the area as the place to get puzzles. We've got a very large and loyal customer base for puzzles.
Awesome. And it looks like you've got some good Warhammer stuff here. And, you know, back in the time before, I would imagine that you probably had groups of people in here playing tabletop miniature games.
A few. You know, we've had to, you know, in these times, so to speak, we have to be a lot more careful about our inventory management, and so we have to be a little careful about how deep we're going to go for, you know, what we're going to keep in stock. There's a lot fewer impulse purchases now, so we have to make sure that our selection is pretty well curated to appeal to the folks who, like I said before, there's not as much just sort of drop by, you know, impulse traffic.
Yeah, fun thing, we were just looking at Shut the Box, and that's actually one of my weakness games. Sometimes I'll just pull that out at home and play around with that. But
it's a perfect grandma's parlor game.
Oh,
grandma's parlor has one.
So yeah, it looks like we've got a little bit of minis up
those
here.
Those are brand new front. Figures from WizKids, so we've got those up front.
And I really like this science and STEM area that you have going on.
We added this because of so much at-home schooling going on. So we created a little, you know, games that are educational for folks looking for educational stuff for their kids.
That is very cool. Yeah, I love seeing that. And it looks like you got a little bit of a. Are the squishy things kind of new too?
They are called squishables. Okay. They're fantastic. They're really like just little stuffed like food and animals and things like that. They're very, very cute, and we brought those in about a year or so ago, and they've been very popular.
Excellent. Now, you've always been primarily a board game store, or were you primarily a tabletop store, or just kind of how did you guys evolve over time?
We are mostly, you know, our biggest focus is on board gaming and family gaming, things like that. We certainly do sell a lot of Magic. We certainly sell a ton of role-playing games and minis and things like that. But if every store has their sort of niche ours is definitely the board gaming arena.
Excellent. Role Player is such a good game. I really like that one.
Most of that game was developed right here in our back room. Keith Mateka from Thunderworks is a local, and
oh, nice! I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. So we've done a lot about Thunderworks stuff for a while.
Now tell me about this section that we're looking at
here.
here.
Our used game area. We have a very, very popular used game section. It's done on consignment, so the sellers set the price. We sort of shrink wrap them up, and the thing with us is the seller gets 80% of their asking price. I'm sorry, 70% of their asking price back in store credit.
Okay.
So it
I like the dragon. Yeah. The dragon's being safe as well.
Yeah. We get a lot of turnover for used games.
Cool, very cool. And this is actually a section that'll be near and dear to my heart. I'm a big Star Wars. I started playing X-Wing back in the day, so I always loved seeing that. And
so this here is a really good example. This whole wall that now contains essentially Dungeons and Dragons Pathfinder figures, that used to be where we had all our Warhammer.
Right.
So we've sort of switched as the interests and tastes of our area have switched around.
Sure. Now welcome back here. Now this used to be your play space, right?
Yeah. So all those white tables used to be in nice rows and columns for gaming, card gaming and board gaming. Now we have it set up because we can't do any events. So we've got it as a clearance area, as I said, making sure that our inventory is very right sized lately. We put a lot of stuff on clearance lately. And so our game room is no longer creating revenue sort of the old fashioned game store way. So now it needs to create revenue on some sales. And it's also working as a little bit of a warehouse space. We've kind of rearranged the furniture a lot. That cooler you just saw used to be up front for people to grab drinks. Now it's basically empty and sitting in the back.
Yeah, just trying to utilize your space. But It looks like you guys have a lot of really cool stuff down. So I hope people really come down and take advantage of some of these clearance offers.
Yeah, they definitely
and, definitely show some love into the store in the process. But yeah, it looks like this is actually really neat.
All right, so what you were just seeing is a video that I actually recorded not too long ago from over at I'm Board Games up in Middleton, Wisconsin. I actually had to go up there last week and take care of some inventory over at my warehouse, and was able to stop by and meet them and do a film that's actually going to be going public here pretty soon. I have a little bit of beginning and ending editing to do, but basically you saw the gist of what those videos will entail. There'll be kind of an intro where I come into the store, I greet you, we talk about your store a little bit, and then we will also then do the walkthrough, and then we'll say goodbye to everybody, and then we'll make sure that we share that as far and wide as we can. And especially during these times, I want to encourage the public to come and support their local retailers. And so that is the whole point of this, is to drive interest in the local stores in their area. And even with, the whole pandemic and everybody being at home, we're seeing a huge uptick in new gamers, people who've never really been playing a whole lot of games until recently. So, informing the public of where you are and kind of the cool things that you have to offer to your community. Then another thing I'm going to show you here real quick is this PDF. It is on my Discord channel, on my text chat. I'll also actually enter in the website here real quick. So I put that into the text box, and then also it's posted in the Discord channel for Czech Games Edition. This is the PDF that you will actually see, and it'll actually kind of highlight everything that I'm going to be talking about during this presentation. So here you'll find the links for how to sign up for the retailer boxes, which I'll get into in a moment. You'll have the links for the retail group and for our retail newsletter there as well. And then also one thing I kind of wanted to highlight was this link here right in front of you. What I'm doing right now is I've created a Google form that will allow you to fill out information. If you're interested in having me come out and film one of these videos in your store, this will be a way for you to sign up, and then I'll be putting that information together. I'll reach out to you, we'll find a time, and especially if I can cover a couple other stores in that area during a day, we'll find a time for me to come out and visit you as long as it's safe and I'm able to come in there. I'm also allowing for Canadian retailers to go ahead and sign up for this as well. I know it'll probably be a little bit until I can cross the border, but as soon as I can cross the border, I want to have a list of retailers that I can come and visit and hang out with my Canadian cousins to the north. So yeah, that is there we go. So that is kind of what we have going on right now for Czech Games Edition. And one thing that I kind of wanted to highlight is back in around shortly after Gamma, we had sent out about 500 and about almost 550 retail support boxes. And what those were is those were a box that had six of our titles in it, plus the giant oversized code names that we send out to retail stores for no cost to that individual store. So we've actually decided to go ahead and do another run of them because it ended up being such a very popular item that we were offering. So on that PDF, and I'll also post the link for it directly in the Discord, is a way that you can sign up if you haven't already received one of those retail boxes from us. Go ahead and sign up and I'll get one of those out to you. And those are free. We don't charge you anything and no questions asked. So if you use them for demos in your store, if you put them on the shelf to sell them, it's completely up to you. The only thing that we ask that you don't sell is the giant oversized code names, because that is not that is not a retail item. It's more for demo and promotional in your store. If you already have one, then definitely feel free to gift it to another store that doesn't have one, or you can use it for a giveaway. For once you can have events again, you can give it away to somebody. That's the only thing that we ask that you don't sell, but everything else you're more than welcome to do with however will best benefit your store. So so then one thing that while we have a little bit of time here, it looks like one thing that I am going to talk about is our just a couple of our newest titles and what we're doing with them. I'll be in the Discord chat from 6 to 8 p.m. So if you have any questions about our newest titles, I also have all of the information for our new titles posted there. But I mostly wanted to focus this conversation about what we're doing to kind of help you out during these times. But for 2 new titles, Under Falling Skies and Lost Ruins of Arnak, we are offering launch kits. Something similar to what if you got one of the Letter Jam launch kits last year when that released. It is for Under Falling Skies, it is 3 sellable copies of the game, 1 demo copy for your store, and then a 500-piece jigsaw puzzle. For Lost Ruins of Arnak, it's going to be 3 sellable copies of the game, a demo for your store, and then also a demo copy of our title Adrenaline that then you can also have when you're able to open back up your demo library, you can get those out on the table. So I have the SKU information and all that in my Discord channel, and I'll be happy to pass that along. And it's also on the PDF that you'll be able to access as well. But what I'm encouraging people to try and pre-order those early, because they are the only way that you can guarantee yourself a demo copy of our new titles when it launches. We will make the demos available later on, but this is the only way that you can actually make sure you get a demo copy for your store when the game comes out. And you can actually then get those from any of the major distributors, ACD, Alliance, GTS, Southern Hobby, PhD, also Universal, and Lion Rampant in Canada. So like I said, I'll be hanging out in the Discord starting about 6 o'clock, and I'll be there till 8 o'clock. So if you have any questions, or if you just want to chat more about anything else we're doing, or if you have any questions about anything that I talked about today, that definitely stop by and I'll be happy to hang out and answer those questions. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. You guys make this job worth doing, and I love interacting with all of you, and I hope you're all being safe and healthy out there. So until I talk to you next time, take care.
You can now sign off. Thank you.